No Face Movements, January 16th, 2013. And I got breaking news. This is for February 15th, 2013, and a lot of stuff's happening on this day. This is part 1 to my video because we're going to go beyond February 15th because I'm starting to make connections at the end that I was kind of unbelievable about. Like, I can't believe this kind of connections is coming up from my research. But as you know, we just went through the fiscal cliff. And we did went over the fiscal cliff. Don't get me wrong, for almost 2 days, a day and some hours. Like, I think like 16, 17 hours. But what's worrying about me is that we did went over the cliff, right? I do taxes at the beginning of January. I always take my pay stub check, my last one of the year, and I go do taxes with it. And I do that like every single year like that. Plus my business taxes on top of that. I try to get it done as early as possible. But this year, taxes, the IRS ain't opening till the 30th. It was the 22nd. Then they pushed it to the 30th. That's what my tax preparer told me. And they said it's because of the fiscal cliff. And this is the truth. The IRS will open tax season on January 30th. That's a little later than usual, but the agency said it had no choice. It had to sort out the new tax code brought on by the fiscal cliff. Alright? Now what else is crazy is that the fiscal cliff, this link's going to be at the bottom, but the fiscal cliff also raised the taxes on the middle class on Social Security by 62%, on healthcare taxes, because Obama healthcare started January the 1st, 2013. Alright? Now, the most important thing that's going to happen on February the 15th is, remember 2011, when America got downgraded. I told you guys, I warned you about February 15th. It was supposed to be in March, when the debt ceiling deficit was going to hit. But they said that our debt ceiling is going to reach a month before that, on February the 15th. And then in March 2013, that's when all they did for the fiscal cliff was extend all the problems till March. Alright? Sounds kind of crazy, but that's what they did, because they got to review every single new thing in it. And it just said it's just a 2-month extension from January the 1st. So March the 1st, 2013, that's the fiscal cliff where they got to come up with more plans. But on February 15th, the debt ceiling is going to happen. And if they don't come up with something on February the 15th, on Friday, February the 15th, then our government could shut down and get downgraded again. Our economy could collapse from just that on Monday when they open up again. Or if they don't have an idea. That's what happened a few years ago. And it wouldn't just be here in America. It would be around the world. Like in Germany and Europe, like it did last time when we got downgraded. Alright? So this article by Ruther is going to be at the bottom. Check it out.
Obama digs in heels. Refuses to negotiate debt ceiling. President Barack Obama, on Monday, rejected any negotiations with Republicans over raising the U.S. borrowing limit, accusing his opponents of trying to extract a ransom for not ruining the economy in the latest fiscal fight. At a White House news conference called to promote his position on the budget, Obama vowed not to trade cuts in government spending sought by Republicans in exchange for raising the borrowing limit. What I will not do is to have that negotiation with the gun at the head of the American people, he said. With an agreement to prevent the economy falling over a fiscal cliff barely 2 weeks old, Washington has already begun skirmishing over a new fiscal issue, the debt ceiling, which fixes a limit on how much the government can borrow.
You see? He even just said, with an agreement to prevent the economy falling over the fiscal cliff, barely 2 weeks old. Alright? Now the next issue is the debt ceiling, because like I said, it's just an extension of fiscal cliff. Alright, like I said in my videos before the fiscal cliff, it's just an extension. They may pass a little bit of laws to hold back certain other laws and to tax the rich. Good things, our economy keeps on rolling, but we're still facing taxes and all that stuff.
The United States could default on its debt if Congress does not increase the borrowing limit, a prospect Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke warned against in separate comments on Monday. Obama has tangled repeatedly with Congress over budget and spending issues, and on Monday he said Republicans would bear the responsibility for the consequences of a default. They can act responsibly and pay America's bills, or they can act irresponsibly and put America through another economic crisis, he said. But they will not collect a ransom in exchange for not crashing the American economy.
Hold on. And Obama just said crashing the American economy. That is very big and important words that he's using. Crashing the American economy. If they don't come up with the fiscal cliff, sorry about that. I'm still on the fiscal cliff. If they don't come up with the debt ceiling, they could potentially crash our economy on February the 15th. Alright? I'm going to have the rest of the article at the bottom because it's a long one. And, oh no, actually it's not that long. Where were you, Mystique? We can read the rest. And then here, sorry about that. My other camera thing broke. This article said on February the 15th, the government is expected to take in about $9 billion in revenues and is required to pay bills amounting to $52 billion, according to the think tank to the Bipartisan Policy Center, which analyzed Treasury cash flow. Alright, this article is going to be at the bottom too, so it's very important to know that on February the 15th is the debt ceiling. Alright, and then March is the fiscal cliff. Also on February the 15th is Asteroid 2012 DA14 to swipe close on February 15, 2013. It will pass within the moon's distance from Earth, closer than the orbits of the geosynchronous satellites, but it won't strike us in 2013. Alright, they're not quite sure. It's coming pretty close. Alright, I'm putting warnings and watches for February the 15th. Alright, and what's crazy before we get into the video is that when you do 2012 DA14, alright, if the 1 was a letter, it would be A, and if 4 was a letter, it would be D. So it would come out to D-A-A-D. Alright, so when you go and find out D-A-A-D, you come up with this and all the meanings. Alright, and the official DAAD is the German Academic Exchange Service. Alright, alright, that's the official. It's in Germany. What they do is give out scholars and give programs. But notable DAAD alumni are Uma Obama. That's President Obama's sister. Alright. Now, I'm doing some deeper research on this, because it goes way deeper than that. And that's going to be in part 2. Alright. But let's watch this video for a second. Because February the 15th also, Asteroid 2012 DA14 comes by.
Over the next 11 months, but astronomers have identified a new asteroid.
Hold on 1 second, folks.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Alright, so we're here. Sorry for the delay, folks. But it's just crazy. A lot of stuff. My research went pretty deep in that DAAD. It's it's also an organization that's kind of weird. Alright? They seem like out of this world kind of people, but
You'll be hearing a lot about
I'm going to do some research.
over the next 11
This is
months.
the Asteroid.
Astronomers have identified a new asteroid about 150 feet across, which is headed our way and may come so close to Earth that it will pass between us and the satellites orbiting in space above us. There's some debate in the scientific community about whether a direct hit is even possible. Most steadfastly say no. This is called 2012 DA-14. They say this will be the closest pass of an asteroid in the history of tracking such things. And again, while this pass is supposed to miss us, the experts all say there's nothing wrong with making sure your affairs are in order.
He said make sure that your affairs are in order. Alright? They could have been giving us a warning to make sure your affairs are in order by February 15th. It's not just the asteroid that's flying to Earth that could collide with Earth. Alright? And if it did collide with Earth, I think it would be over Russia, around Japan, where the Red X was. But it said also make sure your affairs are in order. They could be giving us a warning to the depth ceiling. And that video was last year, in 2012. So folks, I want everyone out there, be prepared. Have bug out kits in your home, in your place of business, in your car. You never know when a national disaster, catastrophic event, or something catastrophic happen. Alright, please follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Blogspot, Critterbox, and Godlike Production. This is the movement. Moving till next time. Facing off.